Alright, the stream's up.
Okay, just give me 1 second.
Alright.
Just for that. That was yours. That was yours. That. We need 3 more of that.
Take a look at scout ships.
The watching has begun.
Yay. What? 21,000 for one thing? Holy shit.
Oh yeah, those are just worth a lot of gold.
It's hard not to say
Yeah, it is hard to not say Gil.
Gil.
You earned an achievement for doing that too.
Oh, I did? Holy shit. Warriors. What? Okay, I think that Ventite's gonna screw me over more than it helps.
How so?
It changes arts depending on something, but I can't... It's like if you look at Megasonic Thrust, there's now Slag Assault under Armored, and I don't know what would trigger Slag Assault.
I don't think that that's... I need to read it again, but I'm pretty sure that it doesn't actually trigger it, it just... Like there's some kind of combo system with it. I can't remember.
Are we getting ocean-based combat?
Not that I remember, but you're almost to the point where I stopped, so...
I gotta
Kinda,
say,
anyway.
you guys look less like pirates and more like a circus troupe.
Says the guy with the bird on his head.
Are you alright with having demons on board, Benwick?
Not remotely an issue. If you're aboard this ship of misfits, you're a pirate. That's just our creed.
What if you're a captain?
At least, that's what the captain and the first mate always say.
Speaking of the captain, what's Eifried like?
Let's see. How do I put it? He's like if the sea were a person, and that person had a pointy beard.
Huh. A bearded sea?
Look, everybody on this ship is an outcast from society in some way. Despite that, Captain Eifried accepted us for who we are. and took us all on board.
So he's a kind man.
Well, would you say that the sea is kind? How would it feel to dive in with an open wound?
It would sting. A lot.
Quite so. Some days he's calm and steady, and others he rages. He can be shallow, deep, even a whirlpool.
Should also mention
Sounds like
that
he's a
while
little
mentioned in every
scary
game,
and
I've
hard
yet
to
actually
read.
see Captain Ivory.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to serve him, but that air of mystery keeps us around and makes us want to take those jumps. At the end of the day, the dread pirate Van Eyfried
Don't
is
worry,
one
you'll see
hell of
him
a guy.
eventually.
He sounds like Velvet in a lot of ways.
Wait,
How
what?
dare
How
you
so?
compare him to a woman?
I didn't describe him right at all, did I?
Benwick, we're changing course at once for Port Renede.
Sir? What's going on?
3 of our men have collapsed from the Corsair Scourge. They first showed symptoms 3 days ago. How are you holding up?
I'm still
Your
doing all
mic
right.
is crackling
But
again.
if this really started 3 days ago, that means we're all carrying it, doesn't it?
That's what I'm afraid of. But if we head straight to Port Renede, we should be able to get medicine there.
I'll check on
Not
everyone's
really.
condition.
Make sure everyone stays hydrated, including yourself, understand?
Sir, yes sir. All hands, assume
emergency
emergency positions.
Might be.
The crew's holding up well for a bunch of folks
Nope,
at
there
death's
it goes
door.
again.
What do you mean? Is this Corsair Scourge fatal?
Quite. No one knows what causes it, but it starts with a high fever and ends up with the body falling apart like sand.
Like sand?
Once, there was a great band of pirates who ruled the seas, but the disease spread through their ships and killed every one of them. That's why it's called the Corsair Scourge.
Does that mean we've been infected as well?
You humans,
Seems
for
to
sure.
be okay so far.
Only humans fall prey to the Corsair Scourge.
Then it could have gotten to you too. Right, Moggy Lou?
Oh, right. Alas, that my glorious saga should meet such an ignominious end!
I can't allow our vessel to die from this. If you start to feel ill, speak up.
I will.
All right, we'll all be helping out in the search. Everyone but Eleanor, that is.
Huh?
Oh, why does she get to stay? I might be dying too, you know.
You're a witch. Magic yourself healthy. Now quit whining and get going.
Oh, not even a witch is safe from the ravages of the Reaper's curse!
Velvet tells it like it is.
Yep.
Okay, where's the herbalist? If I remember right, the Corsair's Scourge needs a particularly special medicine.
Yeah, it's a wildflower called Salatoma. Its juice can cure the Corsair's Scourge.
Doesn't sound too tricky.
Let's not relax until we have it in hand.
Right. Now let's get going.
Hold on a minute. Won't you just be spreading the disease if everyone wanders into town?
Surprisingly, no. For whatever reason, you can only catch it over the ocean waves. It's speculated it might have something to do with the salt in the air, or maybe the microbes in the seawater.
Nobody knows the cause for sure, but there are no recorded cases of people catching it on land.
I see. A strange affliction indeed.
We'll be back soon. You all remain on the ship.
All right. Good luck out there, sir.
We've got to hurry.
Almost like Demon Blight. I actually have no idea if it's related to Demon Blight.
Is this
any,
really
like,
going
all.
to be necessary?
I've just
What
seen
do you
random
mean,
shit.
Eleanor?
Oh, nothing.
Just like
It's
AIDS,
just,
but
well,
on the
the
ocean.
herb is known to work well for fevers and the like, but it tastes bad. So bad. Some say it would even bring a demon to the brink of tears.
Maybe so. But better to drink it than to die, right?
I bet
Oh,
Velvet could drink
I'm not worried. It just reminded me of stories from my childhood is all.
Velvet drinks it. It's tasteless. Cries anyway.
Yes.
The map's getting filled in little by little.
There's still a long way to go. It's a big world out there.
Yeah, that's true.
And a lot can
Velvet
happen on
crying,
the waves.
that's funny.
The far seas are unexplored territory for a reason.
I'd imagine so. The seasons and the weather can change the sea completely.
Oh. Do I sense a budding interest in the sea?
Think you're feeling less apathetic about it now?
I wouldn't say that. I was just reminded of something someone once said to me.
They said, "You're a fucking bitch."
That Rokuro, always telling all of us except Eleanor to work harder. Doesn't he realize that I'm a delicate maiden too? This is workplace discrimination. I should put him on a witch trial and burn him at the stake!
I don't think that's how witch trials work.
What's wrong, Eleanor? You look like you've got something on your mind.
I'm just trying to figure out what Rokuro was thinking. When I had Lord Shigure at the end of my spear, Rokuro threw his dagger right at my head. I thought I was dead for sure. I feel like I saw who he truly was, and it frightens me. But he and Lord Shigure are always trying to kill each other. I can't understand why he did what he did.
It might have something to do with his Bushido code.
What's Bushido? Is that like a sword fighter's code?
It's a way of thinking. Be loyal to your lord. Respect your parents. Protect the weak. And act with honor.
You're saying that he was following this Bushido code, and he was protecting me because I was weak?
He might have turned into a demon, but his memories and personality are still intact. I doubt his moral values have disappeared either.
Do you really think he believes in that Bushido stuff? Carving through his enemies with a cruel and unsparing sword! Slash! Pow! Shazam! That's the true nature of a Rangetsu man. I heard that when Velvet first met him, he immediately attacked her without any provocation. I'm sure you haven't already forgotten how he turned his swords on the kid in that fight against Kurogane.
I wouldn't read too much into what Magilu's saying. Rokuro lives for his sword, and that's just
Yeah,
who he is.
Ask Velvet
But
how much
I
of a
don't think
fuck
he's
she
all that
gave that he
bad.
attacked her first sight.
I thought you were the one who called him frightening.
I know I said he can be a scary person, but how do I put it? I do feel there's more to him than just wanting to cut people up. It's like he's more sensitive to other people's emotions than he might seem to be at first glance.
He's into
A
cutting.
sword fighter has to
that's
sense his
emo,
opponents
other
on some
people.
level, right?
Oh, that's
For
badass.
a crazed demon, he's actually a
God
nice
damn it.
guy. Is that it?
Maybe. I don't know. It's not like I know him well enough to claim any deep personal insight or anything.
You brought it up.
Look, just be honest with us. You banged Rokuro and now you're feeling guilty about it.
How did you know?
I found the condoms this morning.
There were a lot of them.
A bit ago, a manacled body got caught in my nets.
Manacled? A prisoner?
You too? Yesterday, my nets pulled up an arm. Manacles, even a brand on that one.
I really can't take this anymore. I'm losing my appetite, and it's bad for my heart.
You said it. Judging by the tides, they would have to have come from that prison island. Is it really just a prison?
You think it's strange, too? I've suspected something about that place for a while now. They say the whole island is a prison, but if you ask me, I bet it's just an execution ground.
Or
I mean,
it's for experimenting
wrong.
on demons.
Experimenting?
They're not wrong.
What do you mean?
Testing the demons' capabilities. That's why they need prisoners. Food for the monsters.
Not a bad theory.
Just kidding! There's no way the Abbey would do something that horrible, right?
You sure think of some crazy ideas. I bet all of this is the work of some vicious pirate gang.
Yeah, something like that.
That guy. He's pretty sharp.
Now that you mention it, I haven't seen any patrol ships around there recently. Used to be they'd chase you off if you got too close.
You know, you're right. If there are pirates about, it'll mean trouble unless the Abbey tightens up their patrols.
The best we can do is keep a wide berth of it for now. We wouldn't want pirates and demons sneaking up on us.
I think we'd notice if pirates or demons were around. No way they'd catch us unawares.
I can't tell if he's
As a
sharp.
demon pirate
Or
is standing
dull as
like
a
3 feet
brick.
away from them.
right?
an interesting bridge.
No, it's
This
not.
bridge has a bit of history to it. Port Renede was originally built here on this inlet. The water's deep enough for ships, but as you can see, it's a bit too narrow for a port. Large ships couldn't come close without a top-rate crew. So Port Renede was used almost exclusively by smaller ships.
What about the Von Eltia?
We're the best of the best. We came and went as we pleased.
So your point is you wanted to brag.
Hey, let me finish. The people wanted their town to grow, so they built an outer harbor for large ships, and this bridge to connect to it.
Uh-huh. So that's why the port and the town are separate.
But there's more. We secretly helped provide the funds and resources for them to build it.
So you are bragging.
And did this bridge bring prosperity to Port Renede?
No. The Abbey began regulating shipping and travel, right about the time the town finished building the outer port. If only the seas had remained free, Port Renede would have developed into a center for commerce and trade.
I suppose things don't always go as planned.
Then again, even if Port Renede became a bustling port, we still would have no trouble slipping in or out.
I'm not biting this time.
Velvet can only take so much, damn it. At a distance, like... Well, when you're just looking at a little tiny version of the logo, the wolf thing, it looks like the Mortal Kombat thing, but reversed.
When I was in Port Zexen, I heard that a swarm of demons attacked
Every time we
the
talk to
palace
the
and
Mortal
killed
Kombat
the
theme
high
plays.
priest.
No way! Isn't the palace the most heavily guarded place in the world? How did the Exorcist let that happen?
Bad news really does travel fast.
Don't
They
forget,
say that
kids,
the demons were
the
disguised as
Exorcists
humans,
let
but
their
were actually
high priest
enormous
become a
monsters,
demon
twice the
while
size of
running
any
from a
man.
demon
They had
and get
razor-sharp
eaten by a
horns
demon.
and 3 burning
Completely
eyes.
separate.
They could take over
Demons,
your
by the
mind
way.
just by glaring at you.
If the demons were that terrible, no wonder the Exorcist couldn't deal with them.
Some rumors say they escaped. Some say a legate took them down in a climactic battle. But
They can
no one
smell
knows the
fear
truth.
just by looking at you, so
We should
keep
be ready
quiet.
to run in case they show up.
Is the world falling apart? Will the bad times return again?
A horned giant with 3 eyes, huh? Velvet, you're one scary lady.
They said swarm, so they were talking about you too.
Hey guys, don't mind us, we're just the demons you were talking about.
I know I'm repeating myself, but that's just not possible.
But
Yes,
the
it
High Priest
is.
hasn't been seen since then. How do you explain that? I heard some people from the capital say that he might have been attacked by demons.
The Abbey's trying to cover it up, but the truth is getting out.
The security at the palace is better than anywhere else. Demons breaking in? Inconceivable.
But what if a whole horde assailed the castle?
The exorcists guarding the palace are elite, the best of the best.
We have
Horde
Vegeta
or
on
not,
it.
they couldn't have gotten in.
But what if they were some sort of giant demons?
But
No
he's
matter
busy
how elite
training
the
to
guards
become
may
a
be, they'd
legendary
have trouble
Super
against
Saiyan.
Something like that.
If giant
He doesn't have time
demons
to
appeared
protect
in the
anybody.
capital, there'd be an uproar. I understand your concerns, but please remain calm and trust us. Panic and confusion is just what the demons want. They'll use it to slip into this very town.
Well, we know that, but still.
It looks like
Demons
rumors from the
in this
capital
town?
are spreading.
Conceivable.
The more chaos there is, the easier it'll be for us to move around.
Don't you mean inconceivable? No.
Demons in my town? It's more likely than you think. Click here to find out more. Damn it, why can't I? This is stupid. You have a treasure chest over there, and then I just can't, like, inch around the house across the water for that.
No, of course not. Get wrecked.
He demi? What? What the fuck did I just... What am I doing? What
Getting
even
wrecked,
is?
apparently.
Why are there all sorts of Tails characters all of a sudden on the screen? Oh no, he has Alvin and Jude on his team. I don't know what to do. I don't, I have... I have you. Are we matching Tails characters with their series? Is that what's going on here? still am confused.
I think you're matching to the color backgrounds,
Huh.
which may or may not be the series.
I think I won? No, I don't want round 2. I was lucky the first time.
I have no idea what's going on.
I don't either. Okay, I for sure know that they're the same series now because he matched up Rowan with Tipo.
I'm trying to figure out what the indicators on the sides are, because the indicators like on the bottom right of the cards are, because I have no idea what the hell those are.
I don't either. That didn't work. I fold.
You just have to, like, you're just putting one out.
Can I leave now, please? Oh, thank God. No, I don't want to try again. I'm gone. Deuces.
I have no idea what's going on.
I don't either. I was scared.
I was very confused.
Help me, Mortal Kombat man.
No, you need to eat velvet instead. That's the only way to save yourself.
Oh, cat box.
Oh, I can finally change this macro to not be awful, or to be slightly less awful. Because I can actually do 2 basic touches in this now. I can't think of any better way of doing this at the moment, so...
Hello there. How can I help you today?
We're looking for Salatoma flowers.
Well now, that's an order I don't get every day. It's not for the Corsair's Scourge, by any chance?
The very same. Some of our crew developed fever 3 days ago. I want to take care of it as quickly as possible.
Understandable, but unfortunately, I'm out of stock right now.
How can you be out of stock? The flower's in season, isn't it?
It is, but not too long ago, a demon appeared in Warg Forest, where we harvested. And now the Abbey won't let anyone inside.
They what?
We got it.
Why haven't they exterminated the demon?
From what little I've heard, they've had trouble tracking the thing. 100 people go in, maybe only one will actually come across the beast.
If it's so rare, then what's the danger?
Because nobody who's encountered it has come back alive.
First the Corsair's Scourge, then no medicine, the Abbey, and a mysterious demon. Never a dull moment with the Reaper's Curse, eh?
I could try to order some from other towns, but if you're already on day 3, it might not make it in time.
But if we go to the Warg Forest, the Solitoma will be in bloom, correct?
Right, but the demon...
We're going to the forest.
Bitch, I eat demons. Oh look, fat bastards.
Everyone attack!
You're fighting the Reaper.
Stop fooling around.
But I'm serious about my fooling around.
Oh, 2 of them.
Stop being overleveled.
Everyone ready to play? You won't get away. You won't get away. Let's go.
Oh, you're paralyzed. That's fun.
Yeah.
You know what's fun about being paralyzed? You can't heal.
Am I
I'll
really
cut down
overleveled?
anyone in my way.
Probably not. I'm just teasing.
Oh, okay.
Looks like you want to die.
You won't get away.
This is the Reaper's power.
You won't get away.
You're wide open! Dead yet. Guys like the gods!
Try as they might, it won't change anything.
Phew.
Hey, Laphicet, what's the Reaper's Curse Magilu was talking about?
Supposedly, Eisen's presence has the power to bring misfortune to the people around him.
Is that some sort of special Moloch power or something?
It's worse than mere misfortune. At Vortigern, there was a sudden mass outbreak of demon blight, and many of his fellow crew died on his watch.
I find that a little hard to believe, honestly.
The Reaper's curse is all too real. It was the Reaper's curse that tore me from you and got me captured by Miss Magilu.
Oh, is that so?
I missed you so much. The hazy halcyon days when I would blow on your cheeks to make your tears dry up.
Hey, that's not...
It must be destiny that we've been reunited. How I wish I could return to your side once more.
Do what you want. I don't care.
Really?
I won't stop you. Maybe she wants a Moloch who freely divulges a young girl's secrets.
I'm fine, thank you very much. I've already got Laphicet to look after as it is.
Aw, no fair! Is he the one who blows on your tears now when you cry?
He most certainly does not. And as of right now, you're a stranger to me.
Brutal.
What? Just so we're clear, Laphicet will do no blowing on any cheeks.
That look on
course not.
Velvet's face.
I mean, not that it ever happened in the first place anyway. Just forget it.
Yet another victim of the Reaper's curse!
Eisen doesn't know how to put up with this shit either.
Scout ship.
Time to dish out spanking!
You won't get away. You're wide open. You're wide open. You're wide No escape.
Ready to die? Think you can dodge? Just try. Perfect mayhem!
He's upon my fiery mirror!
Come on!
That felt like a lot of enemies.
Okay?
It looked like a lot of enemies.
There's so many enemies, I lost myself.
Eleanor, are you feeling all right? Yes, for now at least.
I'm glad for that. But please remember, the Reaper's curse is no joke.
Is Eisen's curse even real? I'm having trouble believing in it.
You never know. Talk like that might give you a stomachache, or a blister, or a bug might fly into your mouth.
A bug?
Miss Moggy-Lou, please stop making up things just to scare Madame Eleanor. Like when you said that 4 Navy warships tried to detain the Bon Eltia and disappeared without a trace? Or that Eisen made a stopover on an island and the men there caught demon blight? Or that a man bumped into his shoulder and started laughing and died from suffocation?
Please stop. That's even more frightening.
That's a pack of lies. It was 7 warships. Everyone on the island, not just men, caught demon blight. And the guy who bumped into me died from hiccups.
Hold me.
But as far as the Corsair's Scourge goes, you don't need to worry. Just drink the Solitoma juice and you'll be fine.
Assuming they're in bloom.
Yeah, there is that.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Eisen's amazing.
That's all fun. That's a pack of lies. It was 7 warships.
Here goes.
Woo! It's a biggie!
We're gonna get wrecked. Actually, I don't recall this from being terribly awful.
You won't get away. No escape. No escape. Too slow. You won't get away. Is that all you got? Blades of wind. Crash through! You're my cycle! You won't get away!
Smash them! Stone Lash! Air thrust! Let's go! You're wide open! How's that? Let's go! Tremble!
Ready to feel the burn?
Smash them!
Now, rise! Arise! Ascending! Angels!
Blades of blades! Blades them!
Ready to feel the burn? No mercy! Wounds that won't heal! Harden to flux! Lethal pay! Ready to feel the burn? No escape! Fire!
No escape!
No escape! You won't get away! Just blizzard! Got you! Too close! Take that! Too close! You won't get away!
I refuse to fall here.
Phew, we won.
But you cheated.
This must be the Warg Forest.
We need to be careful.
Why was it
There may
named
well
that?
be
Because
exorcists
everyone
around.
who came in here died screaming, Warg! So Trunks died here? Yes.
This is a dual-layered barrier. It's the Abbey's new invention.
So it's two barriers working in tandem then.
That sure sounds like a hell of a lot of trouble just to stop people from coming in.
It really does.
Tails again, huh? That Reaper's curse of yours is consistent, if nothing else.
The curse even affects coin flips?
Seems that way.
Amalok's powers affect physical objects and can, at times, even synchronize with their wavelengths.
And in your case, it's that coin?
Yeah. That's why it always comes up tails.
You must forgive my skepticism.
Whether you choose to believe it or not is really up to you.
It might be worth noting that coin is also Eisen's vessel.
So is that wavelength business the reason why Laphicet always has that compass around him?
That's part of it, but in another sense, it's a kind of proof of his manhood.
Proof of his... manhood?
Must polish you so you don't rust.
That doesn't make any sense.
For a praetor, you really don't know that much about the world, do you?
Ugh. The Reaper's curse. The Abbey needs to know about this. I'll have to investigate further. A coin that always comes up tails. Can Amalek's influence extend so far?
I see you're a woman of deep skepticism.
I know it's hard to believe, but Eisen's coin really does only come up tails.
Has anyone
Wait
else
a
tried to flip
minute.
it?
Are you using some sort of trick on it, Magilu?
Oh, your gaze falls on me then?
Well, I am a woman of deep skepticism.
And one who holds grudges too, apparently. But no, I don't have anything to do with it. In fact, I tried a little spell to make it come up heads, and it wouldn't take hold.
The coin's not gimmicked. There's no trick. See for yourself if you like.
This is... the Demon Lord Daos.
Good eye. It's from Carl...
It's from Carlin! I've I've never seen an authentic specimen. It's incredibly ancient, and yet it looks freshly minted.
There's a reason for that. Gold is normally soft, but they found a way to harden.
I know! They cover the surface of a softer metal with a heat-reactive shaped memory alloy. That's what makes it hard to scratch.
Right.
Poor
It's a
Eisen.
technique no one alive can duplicate, and it makes any trickery impossible. I might just have to believe in this curse of yours after all.
I thought you said they had made the surface itself harder, not covered it with something else.
I think you're mistaken.
No, I swear you said...
Let's just leave it at that.
Okay.
Shape memory alloy. That's how they did it.
Move it or die.
Paralyzed instantly.
Perfalmost victory! Perfalmost? Basically perfect, but, you know, playing it cool.
Maybe don't invent new words.
Maybe don't invent new words. Savage.
Don't get careless!
Not good.
Wow.
Too slow. No escape. No escape. No You're wide open!
Another victory.
Equipment. Ooh. $700 more fights with Velvet, and I'll be able to start off with 1 extra soul. I like it. I hiccuped.
So what does this
heard it.
solitoma flower look like exactly?
In a word, ugly. The flower itself is purple with leaves and stem of maroon.
An ugly flower. All right, I'll keep an eye out.
By the way, do you know what Solitoma means in the language of flowers?
Was it deceitful coexistence?
What's with that? Even its symbolism is awful.
Deceitful coexistence.
The perfect flower for us.
What's wrong, Luffy said?
Magilou is right, isn't she?
Could be. Eleanor is from the Abbey. I'm not sure that someone like that would ever genuinely want to make friends with us.
That's what I thought.
But it's not all quarrels between us. There's commonalities, I guess you could call it. We share common ground.
Deceitful coexistence doesn't trouble me at all. I'll always be here for you, Madam Eleanor. You and I shared an eternal vow that binds us together.
All I did was make a pact to tether you. I'd appreciate it if you didn't talk about it in a way that could create the wrong impression.
Madam Eleanor, you're so cold.
Try your eyes, Bienfu. You still have me, don't you?
Oh, Miss Magilou, you're the only one for me, honest.
Good, good. Now think hard on my kindness and do as you're told.
Yes, ma'am. I'll just have to hang in there until I find a new love.
Laphicet, think about deceitful coexistence this way.
Demon, exorcist, Moloch, pirate, witch. We're never going to be a single cohesive unit. But each of us understands where the others are coming from in a way that's very real.
So it's not really a deception.
Yeah, not really. I think selfish coexistence might make the better fit.
Maybe so.
I feel so bad for Bienfu sometimes.
I don't.
He gets shit on so hard, though.
But he fucking deserves. He sets himself up for it.
True.
Constantly.
True. But I mean, just because he's also shitting on himself doesn't mean he gets shit on a whole lot. Doesn't get shit on a whole lot.
You're fighting
Except
for
for when he does.
You're wide open! Burn! You're wide open! You won't get away!
Please do not fuck with me.
You're wide open! This is Reaper's power. You're wide open! You won't get away! You're wide open!
What in the world?
You're wide open! Burn! Don't get you!
No escape! Better watch your step! Crash through! Moonlight Cyclone!
You're wide open!
Moonlight Cyclone!
We're finished
Awesome.
here.
Thank you, game. 290% both.
Let's
now.
go.
Go fuck yourself.
That hurts just to hear.
Let's do our best!
You're wide open! Burn! You're wide open! That's all! You're wide open! Not good. You're wide open!
I did a good job. Those purple leaves belong to a Salatelma. Be on the lookout for the ugly flowers.
Ugly purple flowers. Got it. I can fight too! You won't get away!
Wide open!
You won't get away!
Wide open!
You're just lucky I made it quick.
Yeah. There are things worse than death.
Wow, I was just making witty banter after the fight. You had to go and make it dark.
Here I come!
You won't get away!
Come on, really?
I'll end this quickly.
You won't get away! We won, right? Right? Let's do our best!
Who wants some next? Wide open!
Now, rise! Arise! Ascending! Angel! Easy peasy! Devour!
won't get any pity or compassion from me.
I knew this would be big. What a treasure! Scout ship setting sail. Oh, that's a fine piece. This design, could it really be?
Rokuro, you silly.
Right?
This design, could it really be?
Today I learned Aizen is quite the art connoisseur.
He is a cultured pirate.
And I'm being chased by pigs who can't get in line. Seriously, look at this.
Ha! You fucked.
There we go.
Looks like you want to die.
Oh, damn! Damn! I got shit on. Okay.
No escape! No escape!
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're getting absolutely shit on.
No, I can't die here.
Oh look, he finally got a second soul back and then lost it immediately.
Lost a bit more than that.
Oh wow, okay, yeah, no, then you're dead now. Damn. Get annihilated, sir. This is why I hate status effects denying stuns, or denying heals, because it's like...
Dead yet? We're wide open!
Its guardian was angry
I
at
pulled
it.
that one out of my ass.
You can read a guardian's heart.
You know, I find it funny. They made
yeah,
that whole big
sorta.
deal at the start of the game about how nothing but, like, exorcists can harm demons, and yet you get your ass beat by, like, random wildlife.
Right? Oh, man, I can't go up there.
Also, random soldiers can actually hurt you. It's like, wait a minute, hold up. It's like I feel like there's something inconsistent going on here.
The inconsistency is fuck you. Stop thinking about it.
Oh, so it's the Battlefront 2 methodology.
Well, I'd say it's more Michael Bay, but...
Fuck you, give me money.
Well, I mean... by this point, you already gave them money. The only extra money you'd be giving Tails right now would be costumes? I'm putting way too much thought into this.
Yeah, you are. I'm enjoying screwing with you. Actually, wait, I can't actually.
Ooh, another notorious monster.
I heard another Artorias monster. I got amused. I was amused.
Just in case I get stun locked into oblivion again.
Everyone ready to play? You won't get
Blades of wind, strike them! Crush you won't get away! You're wide open!
Nothing can stop these fists!
Except more fists!
Now with more fist. Roar.
I don't know what that does because I'm not playing as Laphicet and I don't intend to. I'll regret this later when it makes me play as Laphicet one-on-one with someone.
Did you enjoy getting your ass beat by playing a character you had no idea how to play?
Yes. No. Maybe. All of my attacks sent me careening off to the edge of the arena.
Sounds about right.
Where do I go to turn off the fucking fire barriers?
It's a matter of turning one off that actually lets you get back to where you were. Oh no, that's not what I want to do at all.
I'm gonna be going in circles all day, aren't I? Stupid Abby.
B.
Like, what's the point of the security system at this point? You're already in the fucking forest.
I mean, there is technically a reason, but you haven't gotten to the point yet.
We can do this! Devour!
Let's go! Ready to die? Think you can dodge? Just try! Perfect mayhem!
Guys, please.
Who wants to start? No
We're finished.
It was
here.
a
Let's go.
skunk is the thing. Was.
Rest in peace. Rip in pieces, my friend. Oh, shut up, you big ugly boar. Just doing that won't help me because that'll lock me in here. So, nice weather.
Yep. Perfect weather for cooking up a bunny.
Actually, it does remind me of a time one of my classmates brought in rabbit stew for class.
Well, there you go. Besides, you promised me some. How dare you?
Where is the fucking fire thing?
I actually don't know if you can get to that before you do the thing. I can't remember now.
As I go down this path, there's a whole lot of nothing for my troubles. Oh, I can go this way. Wow, I juked those two like a motherfucker.
We can do this!
And then I got juked.
Blades
Damn.
of wind, slice them!
Wow. That's a great way to start the fight off. Immediately get 2 souls stolen.
And paralyzed.
Yeah.
When is this gonna wear off?
Paralyzed lasts 30 seconds baseline.
You're wide open!
If you want to live, get out of my way.
Like your entire team was down to like 1 soul for a while there.
Yeah, that was fun. I didn't launch a single effective attack that whole fight.
Yeah, that happens.
There we go. Chase me as much as you like. I'm running moderately fast.
You're strong, but I'm stronger.
Wait, a plant type is oh, okay, that's its resistance. It's weak to wind.
Crash through! Moonlight Cyclone! Crash through! Moonlight Cyclone! No mercy! Wounds that won't heal! Carved into flesh! Lethal pain! Hope this works! Crash through! Moonlight Cyclone!
Let's go!
Take that! Devour! Moonlight Cyclone! Finish! Breakthrough! Too slow!
Too slow!
Fire gun! Too slow!
Smash them! Stone Lance!
Too slow! Too slow! Finish! Breakthrough!
Eat it!
Crash through! Moonlight Cyclone!
How's this?
Crash through!
Guys like Beguile!
Hippo!
Illusory Veil! No
Crash through!
You asshole! Stand
No
still.
escape! Pummel! Good!
Crash through! Moonlight Cyclone! Crash through! Void Fire!
Eat it!
Crash through!
You are a cunt.
Is it? It's actually gonna let it get a chance to do its thing.
Crash through!
Tremble! Blast step!
Crash through!
Doesn't look like it.
Crushing weight! Healing circle! Darken light! Crash through! Racing! Golden dragon! Got you! Atlas flame! Got you! Got you! Racing! Got you! Got you!
I refuse to fall here.
Fuck that guy.
You say fuck that guy. It didn't do its actual no. It didn't do its actual damaging attack. You're just lucky that it didn't do worse. Like, it has an ability that can basically one-shot everyone that's even remotely close to him.
Damn.
Like, it does, about 2,000 damage. Over the course of, 8 hits. Why is the game going easy on you? I don't like this. I'm not happy with this. The game is being easy on you. It kicked my ass.
Cat's chest. I don't want Norman outfits. That's stupid. What are you fucks doing here?
You there! What do you think you're doing here?
Masturbating?
We could ask the same of you.
Fire and water come!
Like
Wrecked.
Is something going on back there?
Fire and water.
Look like they were demon hunting.
No, sir, that's wrong.
Fire and water
Are
make
you
steam
making
at
that
best.
move? No, it just did it by itself. He's in sync with his compass, just like Eisen and his coin.
Eisen, you're an Earth Moloch, right? Do you sense anything around here?
I sense a lot
No,
of earth.
I don't. It seems Laphicet's senses are sharper than mine.
Where in the world would that be coming from?
It stopped, but
Maybe the earth.
something still feels wrong.
Impossible.
Like what?
The Earth is a myth.
It kind of feels like when we got sealed inside that Earth pulse.
So a force similar to Inominat's power? I'm starting to think this may be no ordinary demon we're dealing with here.
Maybe it's a super demon god super demon. You laughed, but I could be right.
I'm extra good at beating up the weak ones. You won't get away. Now, rise, arise, ascending, angel. You won't get away.
You're not hurt, are you?
No, I'm fine.
Not worth my time.
You won't get away.
No escape!
Ready to feel the burn?
Well, that about does it.
You're fighting the Reaper.
You're wide open! No escape!
You won't get away.
Too slow! No escape! You're wide open!
You won't get away. Ready to feel the burn?
You're wide open!
Ready to feel the You won't get away.
That's all.
Hey, is everyone all right?
You're fighting the Reaper.
wide open! No escape! You dead yet? Crash through! Crash through!
I'll cut down anyone in my way!
Hang on, Mr. Werewolf. My expedition.
Take a look at this. Scout ship.
Lost everything. Good job.
Take a look at this. Fucked up.
Man, it would suck to get Eisen's raid team. You get all the worst rolls on everything.
Nothing but Dragoon gear.
Oh man, even worse if we had
I wish
Eisen
I had
and
power
Pro
like that.
on our team.
I'd forget about it if
I
I
think
were
that
you.
would almost like overflow bad luck into being good luck. Like it would just break reality.
We stacked all our bad luck stat into one team. So many Norman souls. Holy shit.
And none of them are Norman souls, you lied to yourself.
Oh my gosh, cat souls.
Haha.
What the fuck is a Cassandra sash? Oh, okay. Well, I need to master the capability versus undead first. Then I'll get to the Cassandra stash. Care if I already have too much of it. I'm taking more anyway.
Just so you could throw it, you take it out of the chest and you throw it to the side of the chest. No one will ever suspect of looking there.
It looks like a dead end up ahead. Laphicet, do you feel anything here?
No, not right now.
Hey, ugly ass purple flowers.
Look! Purple flowers!
Yep, Salatoma.
Is the demon the real reason the Abbey's closed off the forest?
Worry about it later. It's flower picking time.
Agreed.
What do you think, kiddo? I told you these things were hard on the eyes. I mean, who puts those colors together?
Yeah, they're really nasty looking. But if they help the others, that's good enough for me.
Ermagerd. Oh,
Laphicet!
This must be the demon we were warned about.
Are you all right?
I'm okay. So much for this demon being hard to find. Is this the Reaper's curse yet again?
We're just getting started.
Another barrier!
That barrier. Even my Praetor hearts can't break that. What's going on here? Why go to such lengths to keep this demon alive?
Either way, I don't think we're hauling home any flowers unless we beat up Mr. Bugglesworth here.
Right. Everyone, let's do this!
Mr. Bugglesworth, how dare you? Did you just assume his name?
This thing is so cool! I want to be a bug.
Stop fantasizing and help us get rid of it!
You're defenseless! No mercy!
Wounds that won't heal!
Cards into flesh! Lethal pain!
Skies like the god! Illusory veil!
Finish! You're defenseless! Shield Stigma! Crash through! Moonlight Cycle! No escape! Free fire! Mercy! Crash through!
They're wide open!
Crash through! Moonlight Cycle! Crash you too close! Take that! Your power! Too close! Finish! You're defenseless! Zero impact!
Smash them!
Make a sonic trap!
Don't land! Illusory Gale!
Not good! Make a sonic trap! Shade! It's gonna get you! Water mine! Make a sonic light heal us!
Up!
Crash you too close! Take that! Your power! It will hit that! Repair!
Air thrust!
Finish! You're defenseless! Zero impact!
Eat it!
Quick, someone
Phew.
step on it.
Insect collecting is a sweatier hobby than I thought.
That's just the rain.
Look! Can we keep him?
No, hand it over. I'll dispose of it.
Aww.
What is it, Gregory? Are you saying I shouldn't eat him?
The Abbey had some reason for protecting it. Maybe we should keep it alive for observation.
Gregory's right. It might not be tasty. Okay, Gregory, I'll eat the barrier instead.
You want it, you feed it.
I will. I'll take care of him.
Anyway, now that we've got these flowers, Eleanor and my crew ought to be out of danger.
Hey! Forgetting somebody?
It looks like we've closed the door on this little episode. That insect demon was a bit of a surprise, but I still think this curse business is overblown.
I can count on one hand how many have survived more than 3 years at my side. If you're not careful, you might wind up as corpse number 50.
50?
That's how many comrades I've lost.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just saying, don't let your guard down.
Right.
Now that we've got what we need, we should get back to the ship.
I wonder what they call this kind of bug.
You're way into that thing, aren't you?
Laffy said, "Can I ask you a bit of an awkward question? What kind of demon would you say Velvet is?"
She's a Therian.
Well... Oh, don't worry. I'm not trying to find a vulnerability or anything. I'm only asking out of curiosity.
It's not that I doubt you, Eleanor. I just don't know much about her myself.
You fought against her, haven't you? She consumes her enemies with her left hand and claims their power. She's a demon like absolutely no other. Plunk just about any demon down in front of her, and I bet she could devour it in a single gulp.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty much true. Sometimes demons that she doesn't entirely devour turn human again, but...
What? You've seen demons turn back into humans?
Is it that big of a deal?
Of course it is! Everyone knows that once you catch Demon Blight, that's it. There's no turning back. Although, I did see it happen with the High Priest Gideon. I wonder if there's some kind of connection.
Not that it matters if he turned back, demon or not, he's dead either way.
Whatever it is, it's of no concern to a pirate.
If I were you, I wouldn't worry about what's normal. If things were normal, we wouldn't have found each other.
You have a point.
Sorry I couldn't help, Eleanor.
No, You didn't do anything wrong. But I need to keep digging until I find out more about the kind of demon Velvet is.
She's a Therian. I mean, it's pretty cut and dry.
You wish it was
Bug,
cut and
It
dry.
looks pretty tough. Yeah, I've been around a long time, but I've never seen anything like it.
It must be a new species.
Incredible.
A new species is usually named after the person who discovered it. The Laphicet rhinoceros beetle, then?
Rhinoceros beetle? Whoa now, that's a stag beetle if I ever saw one.
No. Those things may look like pincers, but they're actually horns. A three-horned beetle will cause quite a stir in the bug community.
Hey, I know pincers when I see them, and those were some mighty pincers. The Laphicet stag beetle has a better ring to it, right?
What part of that sounds better?
The whole thing. Stag beetles are the strongest, after all.
I can't let that go unchallenged. The rhinoceros is the king of beetledom.
Beetledom? More like beetle dumb.
That doesn't help your case at all.
Rokuro. Aizen.
I love fucking Aizen and Rokuro. It's so good.
The rhino is a one-trick pony with its horn, but a stag can cut its opponents in half. Its weapons can be used in any situation. The stag is a true swordsman.
That's petty trickery. The only beetle with the raw muscle to decide its own fate is the rhino.
But they only live for a year. The stag can survive through the winter.
They live hard and die young. Is the beauty of such a life lost on you?
Why is it that boys get so excited when they talk about bugs?
Rhinoceros, stag, or butterfly. It's all no matter to me.
They all look like cockroaches.
They're totally different!
So, what will you name it?
I think Rhinostagros for now.
That's so good.
Salatoma flowers smell so sweet, like raspberries.
Let me smell. Oh, they smell tasty.
Do they really taste that bad?
They lure you in with their scent, but once that flower hits your tongue, its flavor transforms into something dreadful.
Dreadful like how?
The petals melt into a liquid thousands of times stronger than mint, and the leaves and stem taste richer than the richest beef tongue. The two flavors clash and fizz on your tongue, and your whole body is racked with choking pain.
What?
Seriously?
That's what Ifrit told me anyway.
It's actually true. That's exactly what it's like.
You've tasted it before, haven't you? Is there any way around it?
You can squeeze it, boil it, mix it with honey, but nothing gets rid of the taste. Trying to mix it or sweeten it makes it even harder for some to swallow.
Have you taken yours?
No, I'll do it once I'm back on the ship with the pirates.
Wait, are you the type that puts off unpleasant tasks?
Not at all. I simply cannot be the first to drink it when others are still waiting for us to deliver their doses.
You do know that you'll have to drink double the dose after you start displaying the symptoms, right?
Are you certain?
Quit being so stubborn. It'd be better if you just got it over with.
And you've taken your dose?
No, I don't need to. Having a tethered Moloch drink it is enough to absorb its effects.
But to a Moloch, it tastes...
Yes, the cuter you are, the worse it tastes. It's good to be an exorcist, eh, Eleanor? Do I have to drink it?
Of course not. I'll suffer through my own dose of Salatoma.
Oh, poo. How dull. Whew.
Poor Bienfu. What level am I? 28. Okay. So I'm a bit ahead of the curve, but nothing too insane.
You think there's any chance that wanted Moloch would launch an attack here?
His target's probably Loringen, but stay sharp just in case. He might try to break open the bug cage as a diversion.
Wanted Moloch? Loringen?
First that demon Rex Helavis, and then Eleanor betrays us? We're never gonna catch a break.
Quit whining. Cleaning up messes is our job.
Stupid faceless mooks.
Looks like our Abbey buddies are up to something.
And the bug cage. That barrier, I assume?
If so, it won't be long before they find out we broke in.
Then we should make our exit while we can.
I will say though, one benefit to leveling up the hard way is that I'm basically leveling Weaver just by making gear. Like I don't have to use up any levies on it.
That's a pretty good benefit.
Does mean I'm gonna run out of lightning shards at some point for sure, but that's kind of the thing that's gonna happen regardless. Oh, excuse me, jeez.
I hope I did a good job.
You know what really hurts right now?
What?
Not having steady hand 2.
I figured it would be not having prudent touch.
I don't have the CP pool for that anyway right now.
True.
Well, I need steady hand 2 to guarantee successes on that anyway. Although, actually, come to think of it, that might actually, I could actually see an argument for prudent being really good even at this level. Because it would cut out the need for waste knot completely.
Hey, how goes it? Zavid! Easy there, bro. I don't got time to
What does he
spar
have
today.
that already
Got a
for?
date lined up.
That artifact you've got belongs to Ifried. Why do you have it?
Just picked it up off the ground somewhere.
Don't screw with me, tough guy. I have ways of making you talk.
Ha! I wonder how much pain gets you to open up.
You're the one about to be tested.
It's not up to you how this goes. If I want to talk, we'll talk. And if I want to fight, we'll fight.
What are you?
Why does he have that?
I'd play more, but I don't want to keep old Pointybeard waiting. We'll chat some more later, with our fists.
Wait!
Aizen! We need to get the flowers to everyone on the ship!
You can handle it!
But you're...
Let's head back, Laffy said.
All right.
That's ridiculous that he has that already. I mean, that thing has a limited number of shots. You can only fire it so many times before it's completely useless. So, saying he's had it for however long between Berseria and Zestiria is just like, what?
Maybe it wasn't always the case?
That thing Zavid was
Maybe.
holding? What do you think that was?
From the sound of it, it seemed to belong to Ifried.
I've never seen any object or art quite like
And by
it.
limited number, like, I guess it would also depend on how limited is
From a
limited.
continent across the sea.
Well,
An
he
art
fired the
from another
last shot and
continent.
the only shot in
Do you think Aizen will
Zestiria.
be alright?
That Moloch seemed to know what he was doing. I'd rather we just stayed out of his way, but
First the throne, and now here. What is Zavid after, anyway?
he was probably just making up that date business. But still, old Pointybeard?
Just like Ifried. When I was talking with Benwick, he said Ifried had a pointy beard.
You don't say.
Then I bet Zavid is that wanted Moloch the Abbey's looking for.
Yeah. He must be aware they're after him. And then he baited Aizen into following him, using something that belonged to Ifried.
And I'm pretty sure Aizen knew that, but he went after him all the same. Ugh, this can only go well, I'm sure.
Is Aizen in trouble?
It doesn't matter either way, if his Corsair scourge goes untreated. For now, let's get back to the ship.
Wait, so demons get Corsair's Scourge too? Or Moloch? Yeah, Molochine? Huh. Guess I heard the explanation of what it was wrong.
Dad, I can't take it anymore. I can't deal with life in this village.
There you go, with the whining again.
Those two, they seem to be rather upset.
Best stay out of it. They're going at it hammer and tongs. The phrase is hammer and tongs.
I'm not whining. It's been 10 years and the village is no better off than when we started. Every year it gets colder, and every year our harvest gets worse. And the risk of demon blight hasn't gone away.
Your point? Compared to other regions, Westgand has fewer cases of demon blight. Other areas are suffering worse from the cold and the demons. I'd say we're better off here than anywhere else.
You're saying we're lucky that all we have to worry about is cultivating this inhospitable land?
Don't be so impatient. We'll see results. Westgand has incredible potential. If we keep working this land, eventually it will become a prosperous place. Maybe not now, but in 100 years or 1,000, our descendants will have joy and plenty. That's enough for me.
There you go again. Who cares about ancestors? I'm talking about...
Good man, your words have moved me. As an exorcist, I promise to work my hardest to end the demon blight and help people like you find security.
Oh, thank you for your kind words, young exorcist. Then I have a request. How about you start helping by marrying this fool son of mine?
What?
Ever since his lover gave him the slip, he's been whining like this non-stop.
I'm very sorry, but that wasn't exactly what I had in mind.
And Eleanor got married off to a random farmer.
How unfortunate.
What the fuck?
God damn it. No.
That makes me wonder, though. She's so adorable! Oh my god, it squeaks.
I disagree with everything going on at the moment.
It squeaks, Talia. It squeaks and I don't know what to do. Huh. Interesting. Oh wait, there's a event thing over here.
Look! A frog!
It's unusual to see one this close to the sea.
Hey, I thought of a poem! Day at Port Renede. A frog jumps into the void. The sound of the sea.
Moggy-Loo?
What was that?
Just a little poem that popped into my head. My inspiration came from pondering the terror a frog would feel if it unwittingly leapt into the salty ocean. That's...
I don't get it at all.
I got another one! Skinny little frog, Moggy-Loo is on your side. Do not give up hope.
I guess that one is about rooting for a frog?
That's right. I once bet a fortune on a game of chance involving frogs. That was my inspiration for this one. What do you think? Poetic, isn't it?
I think you have a gambling problem.
So, did this skinny frog win?
Nope. I lost my entire bet.
I think we can call that poetic justice.
Ha! Those puns.
Food's ready. It's nothing special.
Oh, my expedition's back. You fucked it up.
Your face fucked it up.
Ah, cool, we can get... Perfect.
Oh, god damn it, no.
You're welcome.
Kill me.
We've brought back your solitomas. Drink up.
You've saved us! But
Where's the first mate?
We bumped into some wannabe tough guy Moloch, and he just took off after him.
What? That must have been Zavid! Why didn't you guys follow him?
And leave you all with the Corsair Scourge?
Yes! Eisen's the one in danger here.
Is it because the Abbey is after Zavid?
So you even knew about it? I heard the details from a merchant who deals with the Abbey. Some big-shot exorcist named Melchior has set up a trap for Zavid and Loringen. If Eisen gets caught up in that, he might not make it out alive.
So now there's Melchior to worry about.
Why is Lord Melchior assuming direct command to capture Zavid? Wait, that's not important. What matters is I can turn Laufey's head over to him and finally return to the Abbey.
Melchior is a legate. A powerful enemy, trap or no.
Ugh, you guys are useless! Well, fine. If you're not going to go help him, we will.
What makes you think you're capable of being any help?
Would you let an ally get slaughtered just because you were scared?
Why is he wearing
We want to save him. Maybe we'll lose. It still won't stop us.
Why not?
We are the ones who decide our fates. Only us. That's just the creed of Eifried's pirates.
You're a real hothead, you know that? Nobody said anything about not helping Eisen.
Huh?
You all stay here, take your medicine like good little boys, and be ready to welcome back your first mate and captain.
The captain?
Why else would Eisen knowingly barge into a trap, if not to save Eifried?
Of course! Leave the ship and crew to me.
Dumbass.
Here, this one's for you.
Drink the flower. Right
Those
now.
pirates haven't a lick of sense in them.
They don't let reason dictate who they protect.
If you say so, Demon.
I have a name. It's Demon Velvet. Thank you very much. My friends call me Velvy.
Now, about
We call you
where
Velveeta?
Eisen's headed.
Those exorcists were talking about
Velveeta's
some
actually
place called
pretty good if I'm
Loringen.
remembering it right.
Yes.
No,
It's a
Velvy
tower
is
in the
what I'm
northern
thinking
part of Westgand where the exorcists train.
Lines up with what Benwick told us. That must be the place.
There must be a lot of exorcists. Hang in there, Eisen.
That'll take more than basic exorcists to do him in.
We ought to pity any poor exorcists who meet the Reaper.
Right. Let's work together and find him.
I think I can think of a couple of other four-letter words that start with F I'd like to do to him. Like finger and fornicate.
Denied.
And fire.
Solitoma is as awful as I remember. I'd hoped I'd never have to drink it again.
Are you alright, Eleanor?
Is this your second experience with the Corsair Scourge?
No, I had it for a different reason. In the Abbey, it's tradition for initiates to drink Solitoma as part of their welcoming festivities.
Sounds like hazing to me.
When everyone shares the same experience, drinking something so shockingly revolting, our bonds are strengthened. It's a good thing.
If you say so.
I really did believe I'd never have to taste it again. To be blunt, I hate it.
You're lucky you think it tastes so terrible. That means you also know what tastes good. Right, Velvet?
Ouch.
What does that mean?
That was a kick to the
Velvet.
cunt.
Can't taste anything aside from blood.
What? Is that because she's a demon?
I'm aware of one other flavor. Mogulu, here's your dose of Solitoma.
No!
Get back here!
Don't! Keep that salad away from...
I see. The sweet taste of another salad. Why does it seem like everyone around me is completely mad?
Yeah! Continuing to fight when you know you'll lose just isn't sane!
Would you stand around and watch your comrade die, just because you're scared.
I wouldn't want to, but getting myself killed wouldn't save anyone either.
Yes, it would be illogical to fight.
Is being illogical really that bad?
Well...
At the Empyrean's throne, I remember Velvet standing, despite the horrible pain she felt. Rokuro is training with all his heart in order to defeat his brother Shigure. And Kurogane used up his own head to forge a powerful blade.
None of that is very logical.
Yeah, I don't know quite how to put it, but I think it's all amazing.
Aren't you forgetting someone?
Magilu is traveling with us, even though she doesn't care. And that...
Yes, go on.
I don't really understand what that's about.
Miss Magilu, hang in there!
Well, it is amazing in some sense, I suppose.
Denied.
She's traveling with us, even though she doesn't care.
You sure you want me for this?
Yes, Velvet, you're the only person I know who can cook. I don't trust any of these other degenerates with that task.
Hello there.
Brutal.
You're headed to Loringen Tower too? Just a bit ago, a brawny, silver-haired man
Actually, it's
asked me how
pronounced
to get there.
Lothringen.
Did he say why he was going there?
Something about meeting some friends. of
Actually,
his.
you need to go cook someone.
Exorcists use that tower to train, right? If he has exorcist friends, then maybe he's one too. But he seemed a bit rough and tumble to be an exorcist. I can't imagine a man like him.
Did he say anything else?
He said someone else might stop by and ask about the tower, and told me to tell him if they do. Did he mean you?
No clue.
So he was planning on us following him. What's he scheming?
You mean Zavid? Or the Abbey?
Both.
Oh hey, the rain's gone.
Loringen Tower lies beyond the Bernac Plateau.
I'm extra good at beating up the weak
Set up an obvious trap. Couldn't it at least be someplace more convenient?
Hey, is everyone all right?
Huh. I'm even stronger now.
What the hell? Oh, I didn't change it on here either.
What's wrong, Lafayette?
I was just wondering why Eisen and Zavid can't work together to find Eifried.
All men their age care about is their reputation, their street cred. Such a hassle.
Oh, really?
Well, I can't fully deny it.
The same could be said of women, and of everyone, really. It's hard to work alongside someone unless you strive to understand their thoughts and feelings.
And if you can't?
Well,
It's like Zavid said. You start talking with your fists instead.
Sounds harder than I thought.
No, I don't have enough cat souls to open it.
Heh. Told you. I told you the day would come.
I cry every time. At least it's marked on my map now.
Yeah, that's true. They do a good job of like letting you know where things are that you've already found, so you can go back to them easy.
Woo, it's a biggie!
You won't get away! No mercy! Wounds that won't heal! Carved into flesh! Lethal pay! They want it!
Yeah, you did.
You won't get away! Blow inferno! Flame out! No mercy! Wounds that won't heal! Carved into flesh! Lethal pay!
Did you think you could escape me?
Really? That seems kind of OP.
I return.
Welcome back.
Not like I ever really left, but I'm gonna be going to bed in a few minutes because it's 3 in the morning, and I probably should have done that a while ago.
Alrighty.
I mean, granted, I slept for like 3 hours earlier, so that kind of helps.
Right then, let's finish this! You won't get away! No escape! You won't get away! You won't get
Wow, all sorts of things popped out. Yep, it's a whimsical wonderland over here.
I wanted to see what would happen. Even worse is the ones that don't give you anything for freeing them, like, you're welcome, asshole.
I think you get rewards based on how many you opened rather than specific ones.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to argue with that, but still.
Whoa! Hot water is spouting out of the mountain!
And look at those rainbows.
This is one of the 7 wonders of the world, the Bernak Geyser. The water heats up from underground until the pressure forces it to spray up from the surface.
And the rainbows are caused by light reflecting from the salts suspended in the mineral water. It took tens of thousands of years for the minerals to accumulate here and form this phenomenon.
Wowee!
That was very educational. At least you know plenty of trivia, if nothing else.
Additionally, the groundwater veins that feed this geyser are connected to the sea. Because of this, every now and then a boiled octopus or crab will shoot out from the geyser!
No way!
That's impossible. Well, not impossible, but with the salt content of the geyser's water, I bet they're seasoned to perfection.
Magulu, I'm declaring your bizarre imagination the 8th wonder of the world.
People say that all the time. Everyone ready to play?
We won, right? Right?
Did you get the medicine to the ship's crew?
Yeah.
Good. My thanks to you.
These soldiers won't be happy in the morning, but they're alive. Is this your work?
No. They were like this when I got here. It must have been Zavid.
He didn't kill a single one. Interesting.
The Abbey is going to great lengths to arrest him.
Even so, he clearly knows he's walking into a trap. What I don't get is why he roped me into all of this. If he didn't want my help, then what need did he have to play the Eifried card on me?
If you knew this was a trap, why did you come?
To see for myself. When I met Eifried, I was wallowing in despair that I would ever find a way to break the Reaper's curse. Stop denying reality, he told me. If you were really born with that curse, then it's a part of you. But if the Reaper learns to grasp the wheel of his life, even he may find his creed, his path through stormy waters. And so, I joined him aboard the Von Eltia.
A creed of life.
Let's say someone's murdered the captain. If it came as the result of him living life on his terms, I could accept that. But if anyone, and I mean anyone, tries to crush his way of life, I could never forgive them.
Who's there?
It's rude to eavesdrop.
If you got secrets, talk about them at home.
Zavid, isn't there any way you and Eisen can work together somehow?
Not if he's going to keep acting like this.
Well, that's how it is.
What was the point of all that posturing? He could have just stayed hidden. Weirdo.
Can't disagree there.
Loringen Tower's a training ground for exorcists, right?
Yes. It's a great edifice built on ancient ruins.
Laphicet, did you ever go there when you were tethered to Teresa?
I don't really remember the beginning of my service to Teresa.
I see.
What sort of training do they do there?
Exorcists are tested and assigned Malachim equivalent to their aptitude with mana. It's also where they practice Malach arts and study our laws.
So the lower ranks use it as a sparring ground in order to train up to the higher ranks?
No, an exorcist's affinity to mana is not something that strengthens through training. We are given Malachim based on our inborn ability, then learn arts to suit that ability.
So, an orderly is an orderly for life, then?
Correct.
There'd be no spirit of competition then. Don't they want to get stronger, to advance through the ranks?
There'd be no purpose to advancement. Rank signifies nothing more than the type and number of Malachim one can tether. People join the Abbey for only 2 reasons: to protect people from demons, and to save the world.
Are all of you that dedicated to asceticism?
How sickeningly noble of you.
I wonder if your wills are suppressed just like those of the Malachim you use.
Deviants like you could never possibly understand our motives. In any case, that is who awaits you at Loringen Tower.
So we're in for a rough welcome. I say bring it on. I can't wrap my head around Zavid.
We witnessed his unwillingness to kill before, but it seems he's quite serious about it.
Maybe that's why I don't feel scared of him. Even when he and Eisen were about to fight, I didn't feel tense at all.
Perhaps that's just because you've been around Velvet a bit too long, kiddo. Next to her, few people are frightening.
Do you think so?
Don't ask me.
He doesn't come across as vicious. I think that's why you're not scared.
Because he's just a brawler?
Maybe he's just naive.
Okay, so he's just a naive brawler. He's still involved with Eifried's disappearance, and he's also taking on the Abbey. I just don't get him.
Me neither.
Uh-huh.
I agree, but I don't understand any of you either.
Oh hey, my expedition's back.
This recipe looks real tasty.
Scout ship settings.
You don't think they could have gotten any better of a take from that?
How do you mean?
Like, gotten a better take from him than, this looks real tasty.
I think that was the entire point.
I mean, it makes sense when you first have him on your team, but as he grows up, it's like, he's got more of a personality than this now.
Get what?
Why did Eifried
true.
let Eisen join his ship, knowing he carried the Reaper's curse with him? What good did it do? I just don't see the reason behind it.
Well, if it were me who had that curse, it would mean that you and Velvet could die because of it, right?
Yeah, I suppose so.
If that's the case, then I'd feel like I'd both want to and not want to be close to you two. And I'd probably really, really hate myself for it.
Do you suppose that's how Eisen feels? But Eifried still took him in. He agreed they'd put up with the curse together.
It's all a bit hard to fathom.
Well, if one thing's for certain, it sounds like Eifried's a very strong man. At least for a base, lawless pirate.
Can I not jump down there?
Jesus Christ.
For a base, lawless pirate.
She needs to get laid.
By Velvet.
Devour! No mercy! Wounds that won't heal! Carved into flesh! Lethal pay! No escape!
We're finished here. Let's go.
Eisen, can I ask you about that thing Zavid had?
It belonged to Ifrit, didn't it? I've read much of the Abbey's archives on weaponry, but I've never seen anything like it.
He found it when we crossed to the far continent. It's a relic from a long-vanished civilization. He's like me and can't resist a good treasure. But of everything we've found, that one was his most prized.
What is it?
I can't say. It seemed like a weapon, but Ifrit wouldn't let anyone touch it. He went off and tested it on his own, then came back all grinning, saying he had an ace up his sleeve the next time we got into a fight.
Then it's definitely some sort of ancient combat device? But why is Zavid looking for Ifrit? To apologize for stealing it?
He doesn't seem like that much of a gentleman.
Did he really steal it?
What do you mean?
It's just my feeling, but Zavid doesn't seem like the type of Malak to steal something so precious.
He said he just picked it up. Perhaps he's trying to return it.
Perhaps.
Time to dish out thank
You won't get away! You won't get away! Got you! Take that! Devour! Take that! No escape! You won't get away! Take this, guys! Incandescent beam! Take that! Devour! Take that! No escape! You won't get away! Take that! Devour! Take that! What in the world? Take that! No escape! You won't get away! Thunder Grip! No escape! Crimson Strike!
Welp, that about does it.
Don't waste my time.
Take that! Devour! Take that! You won't get away! Thunder Grip! No escape! Take that! Devour! You won't get away! Thunder Grip! That's all you got! Take that! Devour! Take that! Devour! Take that! No escape! Next! Take that! Devour! Next!
Not bad.
You too.
show you the beauty of my spear work.
Devour! No escape! Bring it down, Derek! This work! My fiery mirror! Take that!
What's this? Are we done already?
Huh. Neat. I didn't know this was that close to Vortigern.
No one on guard. They're really not bothering to hide this trap.
They probably knew we'd sense it. The question now is just what they're planning to spring on us.
Eisen, when and how did Eifried disappear exactly? And how did you two meet in the first place?
You know, you ask an awful lot of questions about us.
What? I don't mean to pry, really. Perhaps it's a habit I picked up from my work. Drat. It seems I've been digging too hard.
No matter. Eifried vanished about a year ago. He agreed to fight a duel against someone, and secretly left to meet his opponent. Once we figured out what was happening, we rushed to the scene. But all we found was the aftermath of a fight, and a pendulum.
Was Zavid his opponent?
Given his choice of weapon and his ability to fight, I'd say it's likely.
What I don't get is why Eifried would end up captured and imprisoned by the Abbey after a fight with a stray Moloch.
The Abbey had him prisoner?
On their island. Until an exorcist named Melchior took him away, that is.
What? Lord Melchior did?
The Abbey would have captured Eifried about a year ago. Surely it must have caused quite a stir.
I was simply patrolling. I wasn't involved in any such operations. Oh, but I do remember that we suffered a great number of casualties around that time. I never heard why, and when I went to investigate, I found no records of any major deployment. And then I was ordered to cease any such investigation by Lord Melchior.
That's fishy.
He wanted to hide something, clearly. And I think I'm starting to get a picture of what it was.
And it involves the Abbey?
Duh. No.
She's so naive.
No way. Sorry, the map just takes on the exact silhouette of one of the towns in Berseria, so I was like, wait a second. Then again, it couldn't possibly be that map because this was in the middle of a desert.
I mean, a lot of things can change.
True. What really caught me off guard is the big central chamber in here that I'm not going to go in because I don't want to trigger the event yet. And then this specific shape of the room in here. It's where one major fight in the game happens. But like the stairs over this way were degraded, so I don't know. Another cat box. See, I want to go into why this was an important place in Berseria, or why what I'm thinking this place is was important, but that'd be spoilery.
At the moment, I probably wouldn't be able to process anyway. I'm actually gonna go to bed, I think.
Ifrid.
Holy
so,
shit.
This is Von Ifrid.
Eisen, it's good to see you again.
So you're alive. You could have sent a letter.
When have you ever written a letter to another man?
True. Aside from my little brother, not even once.
Wait a second.
Your brother? Ah, yes. You told me that once.
You don't have a brother, you have a sister.
Eisen, why?
I've got no brother. Enough of your tricks!
It's Edna. No!
Thanks for luring him out. I owe you one.
Zavid.
Now come on out, you old coot!
Lord Melchior.
Breaking through my double illusion. Impressive.
I make it a point not to fall for the same tricks twice.
I shouldn't have let you get away last time. I won't make that mistake again.
What? Why am I here?
Her consciousness has returned, so that is its power.
You
He turned her into a
asshole.
demon. What? This can't be happening.
A chain reaction. Your Reaper's curse is quite a dreadful affliction, isn't it?
Don't you run away!
Heads up! Wyvern's coming!
Why would an exorcist create a demon?
Hey, worry about that later. We've got damn dragons to take care of.
Surya! Finish! Phalanx Ray! Take this, guys! Got you! I say! Take that! Devour! Black! Oh! No escape! Finish! Phalanx Ray!
No mercy! You thought I'd stop there? Annihilating crash! Got you! Too close! Soaring dragon! Right, here's the go! Devour! Dragon! Soaring dragon! Finish! Whirling serpent! Here! Got you!
I've never actually used that Mystigart.
Soaring dragon! Whirling got you! Too close! Take that! Devour! Dragon! Finish! Whirling dragon! No escape! Got you! Too close! Down! Got you! Got you! Too close! No escape! Spirit's release! You wronged me! Here's your justice! Fighting order! I can heal the wound. Crushing weight! Everyone attack! Too close! Take that! Devour! Take that! Attack! Running down! Freelance Ray! Got you! Too close! Got you! Too close! Crushing weight! Too close! Got you! Too close! Holy fire! Maelstrom! Holy fire! Holy fire! Got you! Too close! Attack! Claws of Auburn! Rock Swarm! Rock Swarm! Got you! Too close! Holy fire! Got you! Too close! Take that! Devour! Got you! Too close! Water mine! Now, rise! Arise! Ascending! Angel! Got you! Too close! Got you! Too close! Got you! Too close! Got you! No mercy! Wounds that won't heal! Carved into flesh! Lethal pay!
Looks like you got caught in your own trap, old man.
Oh, are you sure about that? What the?
I'll take care of the last one.
That's Edna. Don't you do it.
He just saved the wyvern?
You folks jump in and kill without a second thought. Is that your creed?
Marvelous. Your Siegfried is just the power I've been looking for.
What?
My work here is done.
The hell did you do? Wait, damn you! Follow them!
Where the hell did they go?
Find them. They can't have gotten far.
Damn. You sure got some speedy legs for an old fart.
I'm glad to see you're okay, Zavid.
It's not me that I'm worried about.
Melchior was highly interested in your weapon. And yet he didn't steal it. Surely a legate like him could snatch it if he wanted to.
Why bother stealing it when you can just copy its hidden formula? Some arts can decipher the workings of other arts in a split second. And guess what Melchior's specialty is?
As he left, he said, "My work here is done."
The Abbey must have some use for that unknown art. Who knows what? After all, they brought it here from another continent.
And we'll find out what they're after and crush it to dust.
Let me ask you just one question. Why do you have Siegfried?
I'm counting on you, he said. Back when I served the Exorcists, they sent me on a mission to capture Eifried.
Zavid, you were once their slave?
Yeah. My mind was under the influence of Inominat's domain. But when Eifried aimed this baby at me, one shot was all it took to open my eyes. The fight we had after that was one for the books. He might have been a human, but that guy was a beast. Put a song in my soul. But then Melchior had to jump in and spirit Eifried away with one of his damned illusions. That old bastard, playing tricks with people's minds.
But why'd he grab Eifried and not Siegfried when he had the chance?
He probably didn't know at the time that this guy was the real prize he was after. But Eifried knew. Right before he was taken, he distracted Melchior long enough to hand Siegfried over to me. Well, that's all I know. Whether you believe me or not is up to you.
Got it. We're done here.
Huh? That was easy.
Eifried only says I'm counting on you to people he trusts.
Is that so?
So, what are you gonna do now?
Gonna keep looking for Eifried. Still gotta give this back and settle our score.
I doubt you have much time left to get that done.
I'd hazard a guess that until now, Melchior was unaware what Siegfried could really do. In other words, he and the Exorcists weren't able to interrogate anything out of their captive.
And now that Eifried's no longer needed, I see no reason for them to keep him alive.
You think I don't know that?
If you really want to save Eifried, you probably ought to team up with us.
Nope. No can do.
Why not?
You lot will do anything to achieve your goals. Even kill. Sorry, I'm a fighter, not a killer. I won't steal a single life. That's just my creed.
And I've got no intention of changing our pirate creed either.
Eisen and Zavid have their own creeds. They both have such strong principles, even though they're so different.
Just like humans.
Well, that was sure something. Melchior and his illusions are cheats.
There's no cheating in combat.
What I meant is that they were awfully dirty tricks for an upstanding exorcist.
And the illusions seemed so real. Had that gone on any longer, I wouldn't have been able to tell what was real and what was fake.
If it can't be distinguished from reality, perhaps one could live a happier life within the illusion.
That sort of happiness can rot.
You think so?
But by using illusions, you can defeat an opponent without causing them any physical harm.
Oh, how humane. Wow, the Abbey is so great.
Lord Melchior is an exemplary man who has served Lord Artorias since before the Abbey's founding. He's done everything from logistical planning to defense strategy and even political negotiations. He shows the utmost concern, even for his opponents, so...
He turned a friendly Moloch into a dragon.
That was...
Physical wounds can heal. Emotional wounds never fully fade.
Yeah, but...
Don't lose heart, Eleanor. Foul play is foul play, but you're talking to a demon and a witch. Who can judge?
I appreciate that you're trying to console me, but as an exorcist, I cannot accept this.
Damn, she got owned.
Take a look at this. Scout ships.
Like, that was a painful amount of ownage right there.
Okay, I'm going to bed now. I'm completely done with all of the things I was planning to do today.
Okay.
I'm ready for this.
My gear's finally up to snuff on crafters and gatherers. Feels good.
That's good. Good night.
Hey, is everyone all right?
Sleep well.
I thought I smelled someone pondering. What's on your mind, Laphicet?
I know Siegfried comes from another continent and all. But do you know anything else about it, Rokuro?
Nope, can't say I do. All I care about are swords. That contraption doesn't interest me much.
I suppose that makes sense. But it looked real powerful.
Just guessing based on how we saw Zavid use it, I'd say it amplifies his power somehow.
An amplifier. It's true that he seemed to get stronger when he fired it at himself.
Yeah, and it gave that dying legendary wyvern enough strength to escape.
But wasn't it also what he used to dispel Melchior's illusions back there?
That was also amplification. The Malachim are the source of his arts. The relic pushed them past their limits and... kablooey.
Suffice it to say, it can be used both offensively and defensively. It must be very hard to master.
More important is what the Abbey plans to do with it. Not that I really care.
Laphicet? May I ask you something?
What is it?
The girl with the umbrella from Lord Melchior's illusion. What is her connection to Eisen? I don't think he'd answer if I asked him myself.
I don't know. I was wondering about her as well. She was pretty, wasn't she?
Oh, so you like a girl who's cute, but with a bit of sophistication.
Really? I thought his type was more like
Shh. What's going on?
We were discussing a delicate topic. Laphicet's first crush, if you must know.
Oh.
No, we weren't. We were just talking about the umbrella girl from the illusion.
The umbrella girl. That illusion made Eisen hesitate. She must be really important to him.
Indeed. It must be a deep, naughty relationship.
Come on now.
Like a wife he wants to leave, but he can never let go. Or a lover from whom he can't move on.
No, that's too wild. And she's too young.
Yeah, it's not that. What's more likely for a self-serving pirate is a daughter from a woman who only knows him by a fake name, perhaps one whom he cast aside, or who cast him aside!
And maybe she was somebody he couldn't marry for some reason. But when she died, he raised her daughter for her.
He had been friends with her since they were children, but they only realized their true feelings after they had been married to someone else!
Is this their idea of romance? In any case, beware of girls, Laphicet.
Right.
I can fight too! Devour!
It's over, right? Now what are we gonna do? What's wrong?
This dog came up with a book in its mouth. Here, take a look.
Huh. It looks pretty old. I've never seen this kind of writing before.
It's not ancient Avarost, that's for sure. Part of it looks like a chronology, so maybe it's a history book?
If I were to guess, I'd say they're Meliodosian characters, which would peg it at about 2,000 years old. It's more recent than Avarost, but the writing has fallen completely out of use.
All kinds of notes are written throughout the book, too. Someone must have been studying it.
If it's research material, that might make it Videl's book.
Videl? Who's that?
He's a weird kid who's way into studying history. He lives at the inn.
Could you maybe deliver the book to him for us? We were told not to get too close to him, so...
Yeah, sure. I guess.
My book! My book! Where could I have left it?
Are you Videl? Is this yours?
My book! Oh, that book is super important to me. Thank you.
I'm Laphicet. I hope you don't mind that we flipped through some of it. Can you actually read Meliodosian script?
You recognize Meliodosian writing? That's unusual in this day and age.
Oh, it's not that big of a deal, really.
When I grow up, I want to be an adventurer who travels the world and explores lots of ruins. So to make sure I'm ready for anything, I've been studying ancient history, starting with the Era of Darkness.
The Era of Darkness? You're referring to the Dark Period, right?
Right. Almost no written records from the age have survived. But if you compare the history before and after, you can tell something major must have happened.
Wow, that's fascinating.
I know!
Look at those two, all worked up over an old book.
My little brother was just like that too. Luffy and our brother used to.
We received reports of suspicious persons in the area. Have you seen anything?
Not good. They're onto us.
Quickly, hide in my house.
Videl, have you seen anyone suspicious recently?
Sorry, sir. I've been absorbed in my book.
That's all right, thanks. Look, I know it must be tough living alone with your mom. Just remember, your father's a praetor. He's out there fighting to protect us all. Keep your chin up for his sake at least, all right?
Uh-huh.
Thanks for your help, Videl.
Videl, your father is an exorcist?
Yeah, he is. But don't worry, I won't say anything about you and your friends. I'm your friend too.
Really?
And to prove it, I'll let everyone in on a big secret. This book tells you how to make an Omega Elixir, an incredibly ancient and powerful medicine. If I'm reading it right, you need 5 ingredients in order to create the elixir. I've only translated one of them so far, but I'll tell you what it is.
That's really nice of you, Videl. But I don't have any way to repay you for this.
Oh, please, think nothing of it. I'd just like it if you came and talked with me again sometime.
Of course. What are friends for?
The Omega Elixir. That's an ancient medicine said to be able to cure any disease. But it was my understanding that no samples or recipes survived the Era of Darkness.
Meliodacian script was used prior to the Era of Darkness, so I guess it's possible that Videl's recipe might be legit.
He's just a kid. I don't know how much we can trust his translation.
You saw his notes. I doubt many adults could even get anything out of that book. He might be onto something.
Kids are more capable than we give them credit for, especially where their interests lie.
I think we can trust Videl.
Luffy used to read books intently like that too.
Furthermore, couldn't a hypothetical Omega Elixir be quite useful to you, Velvet?
Luffy said, you look like you really want to track down those ingredients.
Yeah, I do.
Personally, I don't really care. But if you want to look for them, I won't stop you.
Okay.
This big storm came and swept me out to a Class 4 island, and let me tell you, it's as bad as the rumors make it sound. I wanted to just wait it out in a shipyard somewhere, but then the water turned all gooey. Then I had these jellyfish things coming onto the deck, and before I knew it, slugs were swimming around in the damn ocean.
Wouldn't the salt in seawater mess up a slug?
Yeah, that's what I thought too, but these weren't no sea slugs neither. It was scary, I'll tell you that much. You want my advice? Stay the hell away from that island altogether. But if you do go, watch out for that gooey stuff.
What did that pirate mean by Class 4? I've never heard of that.
It's a classification the Abbey uses to help inform their strategy, an estimation of how well they've been able to manage the demon outbreak in an area. Administrative Zone Classes 1 through 3 have been assigned a suitable contingent of exorcists to guarantee the population's safety.
So, Class 4 administrative zones are ones that are still unsafe?
In a perfect world, the entire kingdom would be protected, but there's just not enough manpower to go around. The Abbey doesn't send exorcists to remote areas and far-off islands. Instead, they avoid casualties by making those areas off-limits.
But that pirate mentioned he'd come close to an island. Are those policies actually enforced?
They send out an official notice to stay away, and that's all. It's not like they could blockade every tiny remote island out there. So you're free to dive into the deep end if you want, but no one will come to your rescue. Hope you know how to swim.
If they could keep the demons in check, they wouldn't have to tell people to stay clear. Frankly, I think the Abbey just doesn't want to go near places like that.
In other words, these are dangerous places that the Abbey has washed their hands of.
Makes you wonder how much they can administrate these places when they're not willing to get their hands dirty.
Are there many Class 4 administrative zones?
I've heard of 10 such regions in my time working as an inspector for the Abbey. But I'm afraid I couldn't tell you their exact locations or their current status.
If the Abbey abandoned this island, it's probably safe to assume that it's getting to be pretty dangerous.
If we go there, we're gonna want to be prepared.
Demons! There's more of them! A whole band of them rampaging through Roark Forest!
There was already one dangerous demon in those woods, and now we have more! And they're still on the loose! A lot of exorcists have come to deal with them, but...
What do these demons look like?
That's what I want to know. Those Abbey people won't tell us nothing. Every time a demon comes around, it's all, show us your cargo this, and don't leave port for a while that. How are we supposed to catch any fish?
These demons really are a pain in the neck. If I was an exorcist, I'd lay down some justice, I tell ya. At the end of the day, it's not the demons or the exorcist that have it rough. It's us normal folk.
Anyway, you guys should be careful. There are demons about.
Thanks for the warning.
First mate! You're all right!
Sorry to worry you.
And the captain?
It turned out to be a fake. But now I know the real one's still alive somewhere.
Well, of course he is.
Not that he has a lot of time left.
What do you mean?
Calm down. I'll explain later.
Aizen... you stay calm too, okay?
And you've all taken your Salatoma?
Yes, sir.
And nobody died?
All still kicking.
Compared to your curse, sir, this sickness was tiny potatoes.
All right. Then let's get ready to sail out.
Already done, sir. We're ready whenever.
The Pirate's Creed, huh?
There's worse out there.
Is that a fighting arena of some sort? I don't see any demons around.
Look! There's something spewing out of the middle!
I sense a really malicious force emanating from it.
It's probably the vengeful spirits of those who fought and died here looking for glory!
Thanks for that. Now I've got goosebumps.
Let's try not to wind up as more vengeful spirits.
I'll finish this now.
You won't get away!
Who's next? You won't get away! Just how does this sword work?
Don't touch it. You'll hurt yourself.
In other words, the rest of her is fair game.
Not unless you really want to get hurt. Looks like we won't be joining the party.
I can see why this place is the stuff of cautionary bedtime stories.
Not to mention why the Abbey's keeping way the hell away.
We shouldn't let our guard down. But this place could still be a good chance to hone our combat skills.
Indeed. Most everything we fought here seems to follow a pattern. This is a good place for tactical training.
If we ever end up on another island like this one, we should probably come prepared for the kinds of enemies we'll face.
Scout ship setting sail.
It's too bad that wasn't the real Ifreed. But I'm glad everyone on the ship is feeling better.
Yeah. Though it sounds like they never want to touch that Salatoma stuff ever again.
What about Eleanor?
She took it too, and her face went all wah!
I don't mean how she looked. I mean how she actually feels.
Oh, well, she looks like she feels better too.
Good.
You're worried about her, aren't you, Velvet?
No, it's nothing like that.
Let me tell you something, kiddo. When young maidens ripen, they have trouble expressing their feelings.
So Velvet's... ripen?
Mogilu! Quit giving Laufey that confusing thoughts!
No trouble expressing those feelings, I see.
The Abbey is supposed to exist to bring peace and order to the world. Everything the Abbey does, everything Lord Melchior and Shepherd Artorias do, it ought to be rooted in that mission. And yet, something just doesn't feel right here.
You are dismissed. That knowledge is not for you.
Something wrong? Whoa! Easy there. Just asking.
Sorry. I was just deep in thought. Is there something you need from me?
Nah. Just heard a bunch of sighs and wondered if you were feeling sick or anything.
No, I drank my Salatoma juice.
Ah. Tasted like crap, didn't it?
It wasn't that bad.
Hey.
What?
Are you afraid of demons?
No, I am not. It's more like I despise them. 10 years ago, a group of them attacked my village. They destroyed everything. And everyone.
Including your family?
Yes. The only family I had at that point was my mother. And in all the chaos, she... All I have left of her is this hand mirror she gave me. I didn't want anyone else to have to feel the way I did. And so I became an exorcist in order to destroy demons. so you can keep your pity.
Gotcha. I will then.
What is that?
That's called a pangyon, a type of bird native to this area.
Pangyon.
Their meat is succulent and tender, and makes a lovely stew.
Wow, what's it taste like?
You'd eat that poor thing? Savage.
You're one to talk, demon. It was one of my mother's specialties.
All right, enough of the chit-chat. Magilu, what's this grimoire friend of yours like?
Well, how do I put it? Oh. You know, like that.
Like what?
Well, to put it in a way those of meager imagination can understand, Grimm's got a sort of listless, aristocratic air about her. A noble woman in her twilight, you could say.
Huh. So you mean, like, a woman, but different from Velvet and Eleanor.
You're not wrong there. Tell you what, just keep an eye out for a grown woman.
Grown woman. Okay, I got it.
Well, since we got her name, we could start by asking around.
Exactly. Now you're talking. What's up, kiddo?
Magilu, you're a grown woman yourself. So why is it you have trouble clearly expressing your real feelings?
Good question. Put simply, a long time ago, mine broke. Bagow! Chapoom! Bye-bye!
Your feelings broke?
Come on. Let's question the townsfolk.
So how do you like our island? Nice and laid back, right?
It's quite a bit different from Logris.
This place was even more relaxed before the opening. But recently, a lot of our young folk have gone starry-eyed about the city and left us in the lurch.
It's still better than it was when the demons first started showing up. We have the Abbey to thank for that. And because people are traveling more now, the need for ships has skyrocketed. Our lumber industry is booming.
In other words, when the money started flowing, people let it go to their heads?
That and those exorcists and soldiers from the bigger cities, they really seemed sophisticated. People from the other islands wear different clothes and have things we don't, you know?
Getting worked up and worked over by what's trendy. Is that foolishness not the very definition of youth?
If this keeps up, our island's traditions will fade away. That's what worries me.
I understand how you feel, but you have to give young people the freedom to be themselves.
It's become common practice to use Southgan lumber for shipbuilding, but there's a reason. Our trees really are the best for it.
Natant trees only grow in Southgand. Their wood is light, tough, and doesn't rot. Perfect for shipbuilding.
You know your stuff. Long ago, before people knew how to build seafaring vessels, Midgan and Southgan were separate countries. Then our ancestors fashioned rafts out of Natant logs and floated all the way to Midgand. A Midgand craftsman, amazed to see a humble raft cross the open sea, returned with our ancestors here to Southgand.
He had used the Natant logs to build a large, sturdy ship.
Thanks to him, commerce took off between Midgand and Southgand, and the Age of Exploration began. The excitement of a new age had everyone floating on air, but within mere decades, Midgand declared war on Southgand.
Ironically enough, it was ships made from trees from their islands that enemies used to invade them.
The fighting continued for a long time, but in the end, Midgand emerged the victor. Our islands were occupied. As hard as things were, our ancestors still liked to joke about it. They'd say, Age of Exploration, more like Age of Exploitation.
When things were that bad, they could still joke about it?
Southganders have always been a cheerful bunch. We tend to look for the silver lining in every cloud. It may not seem like it these days, but Southgand used to be a place where the laughter would never cease. Some people even used to call it Shenanigand.
Shenanigand. This must have been a really fun place.